On Wednesday, we told you about this woman, Karen Saunders. She went into hospital for an operation on one of her toes, but the surgeon carried out his work on the wrong toe. She was awarded £280,000 in compensation. But she's not the only one. We've been contacted by other patients who also suffered problems at the hospital.
4 different patients, all united by errors made at the Luton and Dunstable Hospital. Back in 2005, the hospital used a team of French orthopaedic surgeons under a government scheme to reduce NHS waiting lists. They operated at the weekend, fast-tracking patients through the system, but they made mistakes.
I walked out the hospital and I should have been not walking at all on it. So, wrong advice, wrong job, and it's left me disabled.
Karen Saunders received £280,000 after the team operated on the wrong toe. Eileen got a 5-figure sum when a tendon was damaged. She's endured years of corrective surgery and says the whole thing has robbed her of her independence.
When I see the plastic surgeon, he said to me, if we do the operation at your age, you might lose your foot. And that upset me so much, and on the way back to the ward, I fainted. It's ruined my life, really, over these last years.
A bunion saw 18-year-old Caroline go under the knife when she was only 13. But surgeons cut her foot the wrong way, and now she can't wear the high-heeled shoes she had the original operation for in the first place.
When I go out, like with the girls on a weekend or whatever, I can't wear high-heel shoes or fashionable shoes, so I'll have to, you know, get special-made shoes. Well, for now, like flat shoes and stuff like that, but as I get older, that's going to affect me when I'm working, because I'll have to go and get specially made shoes, which are expensive.
This is David. We're not revealing his identity because he's due to have another operation at the L&D in the next few days. Last May, during a procedure for a prolapsed disc, a temporary locum consultant removed the wrong disc.
I used to bowl and we used to go dancing, and I said, when I've had this operation, will I be able to bowl? Will I be able to go dancing? And he said, I can't see why not. But I've not. I've gone downhill, not uphill.
Of course, overseas doctors are traditionally used by the NHS to help keep it running, and many patients have benefited from their care. But just a handful of mistakes can lead to huge payouts like these, and that is something a hospital like this can ill afford. Jo Black, BBC Look East.
Well, we asked the Luton and Dunstable for an interview, but they declined. Instead, they sent us a statement. It says the hospital regrets that a small number of patients experienced complications with surgery. In all 3 cases raised by BBC Look East, the hospital has apologised to the patients. It says 2 of them have received out-of-court settlements for compensation, and goes on, we would like to reassure the public that all doctors are vetted before being appointed, and that the Luton and Dunstable Hospital has a strong record of improving patient safety.
Now, we reported that story after some of you got in touch with us. If you have a story you want Look East to cover, you can phone or email through our website. A 22-year-old man has been charged with the murder of his father after human remains were discovered in a garden near Milton Keynes. Samuel Alexander, a retired university lecturer, went missing in August. The search of his home in Drayton Parslow started on Tuesday. His son Mark Alexander appeared in court this morning.
Next, the soaring cost for all of us of the coldest winter for 20 years. The most visible sign of the damage caused by the winter snap is on the region's roads. Weeks of sub-zero temperatures have left many scarred with pockmarks. The repair work will run into millions. For drivers themselves, there are thousands of small garage bills to make good the scrapes from minor shunts. And in the home, the cost of keeping warm is going to result in higher than average power bills. Ian Balmer reports now on how this winter is hitting us all in the pocket.
In the past 2 months, the region's roads have taken a hammering. Potholes are the big problem. Water gets into small cracks in the road and freezes, breaking up the tarmac. And this big problem will cost big money. In Suffolk, £20 million.
Well, it's about a year's maintenance cost as far as the county council is concerned. We're not alone in this, of course. Throughout the eastern counties, there's going to be similar amounts of money needed in terms of keeping the roads into good order. But in reality, there's going to be a difference in terms of the quality of the highway network generally in Suffolk, and I'm sure throughout other counties in the eastern region.
In comparison, Northamptonshire is looking to spend £10 million, Norfolk £4.25 million, and Bedfordshire nearly £500,000. It all started on December the 17th. Not quite a white Christmas, but the new year came in with an icy blast which hasn't gone away.
We've had 57% more frosts in December, 50% more frosts than the average in January. We've had snow off and on since about the middle of December, and no sign yet of any milder air on its way.
It's all meant a surge in business for car body shops. The insurer Aviva has seen a 15% increase in claims. Everybody, though, has to heat their homes. Pauline Harden from Dunstable is recovering from cancer and can't work. She needs a warm house, and that means saving any way she can.
I make consistent effort to, turn the heating down, to wear extra clothing in the house, and, not much lighting on when, watching TV as well. Going to bed early.
Finally, evidence that we're getting heartily sick of the cold. Peterborough-based Thomas Cook has reported a 15% jump in summer holiday bookings in the past few weeks. Ian Barmer, BBC Look East.
Well, Jim is here with us now. Is there any end in sight, Jim?
I wish they were. At the moment, I can't see it. There are only two ways of warming things up. One is to warm the air that we've already got. Now, that's difficult at the moment because the nights are still longer than the days. We're starting off with very cold air. The sun isn't really quite strong enough. Second thing we can do, bring warm air in from somewhere else. Seems like a good idea until you remember that we've got a northeasterly wind, and then sea temperatures are important. And at the moment, we're just in the dip of this curve for sea temperatures, middle of February through to the middle of April, at its coldest, a while yet before it starts to warm up. The best answer, I think, is to wait for a southerly wind. Look for higher temperatures over France, Bordeaux, Paris. Check on the BBC website. Then we might get a warm day.
Thanks a lot, Jim.
Not soon then, eh? Now, lots more to come in Look East, including a report from the Snowdome in Milton Keynes.
For troops wounded in war zones, a recovery unit will be opened at the Colchester Garrison in Essex to help soldiers recover and sometimes learn new skills.
Colchester Garrison is one of the largest in the country, and today it was announced it will also be home to one of 3 new recovery centres. It's thanks to money raised by the charity Help for Heroes, as well as funding from the MOD, that the project is able to go ahead.
We'll be taking in soldiers who have finished their medical recuperation, have been to Selly Oak and to Headley Court, and who are either being prepared to rejoin the army and go back and carry on with their trade, or who are going to be resettled back into the civilian community.
Once built, the facility will have room for 20 full-time residents and up to 40 day visitors. And it's not only local soldiers that will benefit, others in the region will also be able to stay here. Its location next to a main road means it's easily accessible, and it's being built between the medical centre and the Garrison's gym, meaning exercise and help is close by.
We are thrilled now that this is going to actually happen here in Colchester, and a huge amount of money is coming at the moment every day, but we need more. We will need more with the several recovery houses that are going to be built.
The aim of the centre is to help injured soldiers like Paddy Caldwell. Shot in the neck in 2006 in Afghanistan, through grit and determination he eventually managed to return to work in 3 Para's welfare office. The centre will help others like him find jobs.
Part of the work here will be to try and place them in jobs which meet their needs, meet their requirements, and which they're capable of doing, both within the local community and, of course, back with their regiments and battalions.
Building will begin in the summer, and the centre is expected to be up and running next year. Felicity Simper, BBC Look East, Colchester.
So the Essex